It's spooky season. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Get therapy.
Welcome back, Wikimaniacs, to another Am I the Asshole Friday. It's your boy Josh here, joined, of course, with my two lovely co-hosts, John and Sean. What's up, boys?
Hello.
Boo, did we scare you?
I'm terrified. So we've had quite a few new listeners the past few weeks, boys. It's kind of crazy, actually. You get featured next to Oprah once, and you just take off on Spotify.
That's true.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Also, big shout out to YouTube. 4 million views all time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Whoa.
That's crazy. We appreciate you there as well. But yeah, are you guys ready to hop into some stories today?
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
Wait,
All right.
before we do that, guys, we have new merch out.
We do.
Reddit on
Yes. How could I forget?
wikishop.com.
The emo ween.
Reddit on Wiki. Yeah. I'm excited for mine to come in. I
Same.
I ordered the hat, the heart hat. I'm excited for that one.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, go check that out. Reddit on wikishop.com. Good call out, John. We also have bonus stories at the end of this episode. And you can get those by going to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network or joining our YouTube membership program. So if you want more of us, go there. You get bonus stuff. All right. I think that's it. I think that's everything out of the way.
That should be it.
Let's hop into the first story, cross-posted on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki. Go follow that as well if you're not. This one is cross-posted by Mary Gets 2011.
Oh,
Ah,
indeed.
The GOAT. And this one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Cover My Coworker's Shift After She Called Me Lazy for Not Having Kids?
Oh, nah, you can do whatever you want. You don't owe that bitch anything.
you
Ever.
have the audacity to ask me to cover your shift, you lazy bitch? You got me fucked up. Hell nah.
All right, so I'm assuming you guys are going no with that response. And let's hop into it. I, 28 female, work full-time in retail, and as anyone who's worked retail knows, it can be pretty exhausting. I've got a busy life outside of work, trying to balance my hobbies, take care of my apartment, seeing friends, and just taking care of myself. You know, normal adult stuff.
Mhm.
I don't have kids, but that doesn't mean I'm lounging around with endless time either. One of my coworkers, and Sienna and I have this conversation all the time where it's like, I have no idea how people with kids do it because I'm just like, I don't feel like I have free time now.
Yeah.
I say that on the show all the time. Like, holy shit.
It's insane. One of my coworkers, Sarah, 32 female, has 2 young kids. She's always asking people to cover her shift, which I understand because being a mom is hard and things come up. Over the past year, I've covered for her quite a few times when she's had to leave early or couldn't make it in because of some kid emergency. I did it out of the kindness because I get that life can be unpredictable, and I wanted to help her out. But I've started to notice that I'm the only one she asks to help cover her shifts. It's like she expects me to do it because I don't have the same responsibilities as her. Last week, she asked me again to cover for her because her kids had a school event. Normally, I try to help out, but I already had plans to spend the day with my sister, who I hadn't seen in a while. I told Sarah I couldn't this time, and she just sighed and said, Must be nice to have all that free time. You don't have kids, so it's not like you're busy with anything important.
Bitch.
I was pretty taken aback. I told her, just because I don't have kids doesn't mean I don't have a life. My time is important too. She kind of rolled her eyes and walked away, but I could tell she wasn't happy with me. Now, she's been telling our other coworkers that I'm selfish and don't understand how hard it is to be a mom.
You made that choice, Sarah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, if you wanted to have kids, but you
well, I
have
guess,
to take
yeah.
that responsibility.
Yeah. A couple of them have started acting a bit distant towards me, and I overheard one of them saying something like, She has it easy. No wonder she doesn't get it. I didn't realize not having kids may be less deserving of respect at work. What really gets me is that I've always tried to help her when I can. But just because I don't have kids doesn't mean my life suddenly is stress-free or that I can drop everything at a moment's notice. I feel like Sarah doesn't respect my time at all, and that really bothers me. I ended up mentioning it to my manager, hoping for a little understanding, but they just said it's a personal conflict and didn't want to get involved. So now I'm stuck feeling like the bad guy because I said no for once.
You have terrible managers.
I was going to say, isn't it their fucking job to
that
find
is their
and manage?
responsibility. Hello, you're called a manager for a reason. Manage the damn shift or hire more people, you dumbasses, you fucking greedy corporate bastards. Always think about your profits and not hire the right people so everyone can have some time off. My God.
Love it. I honestly don't think it's fair to expect me to cover her shifts all the time just because I don't have children. I have responsibilities too, and I deserve to have a life outside of work. But some of my other coworkers seem to think I should be helping out more because Sarah's a mom and I'm not. So am I the asshole for standing my ground and refusing to cover her shifts after she basically called me lazy?
Fuck no. Bro, it's crazy how all your coworkers are like, that's so fucked up. I can't believe she said no this one time. But they've been saying no the entire fucking time. They haven't covered one goddamn shift for this person. So where are they fucking being self-righteous about? What the fuck?
That's why they don't want to get asked now.
Yeah.
Seem like the bad guy.
I would just play it up. I would just be the bad guy. Personally, I would say no to everybody. I'd be like, oh, yeah, I am a bad guy. You know what I'm going to do with my time off? Whatever the fuck I want to do, because I don't have fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would just ham it the fuck up. And then if they all hate me, then fuck it.
No, I agree with that. And I'm the weird nerd that reads articles on LinkedIn instead of social media.
Boo.
I know.
You're still on LinkedIn, John?
I mean, sometimes I get the itch, all right? But
Ew.
I've seen an article. Well, actually it's more of a post. People saying like, stop calling workplaces as families. Start calling it more as communities. And I agree with that sentiment just because, you know how they always say like, oh, we're a family here. We do things for family. We're not fucking family, bitch. We're not related. I don't even treat my family like that. Like if they are selfish to me, guess what, bitch? I'm going to be selfish back to you. And Sarah messed up the one person that was being courteous towards their situation and took on more shifts than, like what Sean said, most of the coworkers have ever taken for them. I think Sarah ended up burning that bridge. No one's probably going to cover your shift any longer. And I've said it too. Like I sympathize for people who have children. I get it. It's also a lot of work to have them. There's a lot of moving pieces that you got to do, but you can't stick that responsibility with other people because you chose to have children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, just like what OP was saying, they have a life of their own. They want to be able to do things. And partly that's a whole reason for me. Like, I don't want to have children right now or in the foreseeable future because I'm still selfish with my time. And a lot of times I wake up, I'm like, I don't even have the energy to take care of myself. What more of like trying to take care of a living, breathing creature spawn of myself, right? Like I wouldn't want that. It'd be incredibly selfish for me to stick it on someone else, like in terms of like responsibility. So I get OP. Like Sean, I would also play the villain for the rest of the time I'm there. I ain't helping you for shit, Sarah.
Yeah, 100%. And like she's been helping, like OP's been helping Sarah out this whole time anyway. Like why this one time she says no to you and you turn into a fucking asshole and are just like, guess your time's more important than mine. Do you think that's gonna
coworkers?
Yeah. Do you think that's going to convince her to take your shift, or does that just, cement OP and being like, okay, well, I'm never going to take your fucking shift then. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Shitty people in a toxic work environment. Your manager sucks for not stepping in and intervening or helping with the shifts or anything like that, which is their fucking job. I literally don't know what else they would be doing if it's not that. So crazy.
Also, I never understood that about retail. I'm like, why is the employee responsible for covering shifts when that should be a manager?
Yeah.
Problem. You getting paid as a manager. Why don't you manage?
I will say, like, they usually are short staffed. So I get like, I don't know.
Pay him and treat him like shit. That's why.
Yeah, well, 100%. Yeah. But that's usually not on the manager. It's usually like upper management that is saying, hey, you can only hire this many people at this amount of money. And
corporate greed.
Yeah. So either way, shitty of them not to step in and even help in this situation. But Reddit agreed, not the asshole. And the comments basically said everything you guys said. So we'll move on to the next one. And this one posted on AITAH by Vicious Viper 44.
Scary.
Randy
And
Orton.
the title for this
I
one.
hear voices in my head.
Wow.
Sorry.
No, keep going.
They talk to me.
Wow. This one is a kind of a petty one, John. You might enjoy this title.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for not paying it forward in the Starbucks drive-thru after the person in front of me bought my coffee?
55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 milkshakes, 55. Gotta get it out of the way now. Gotta get it out of the way now.
I knew it was going to happen. I picked a comment just in case. That's exactly that exact same thing. But
I don't know where that's from, so I'm just laughing with you guys.
Yeah, where's the only place you don't know where things are from that we frequently?
Tim Robinson.
There we go.
It is. Yeah.
I'm picking it up.
Oh,
What are you guys saying in this scenario? Paying it forward. What are your thoughts on paying it forward in general?
Thanks. I'm not. I mean, how do I
Appreciate
know?
you.
If I got a coffee and then say I'm back, I'm 21, I got $10 in my bank account. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna treat myself to a coffee and be broke till tomorrow when I get paid. What if the person behind me gets 5 drinks, bitch? What am I supposed to do? I can't. I'm gonna get declined. What's that? So, I'm good.
My rule on that one is when it comes to paying it forward, if they're going to some sort of like a drive-through or some, I think Starbucks or coffee places are a luxury for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, you can afford it if you're going through a drive-through. So I pay for it for shit. I'd rather give it to someone who needs it more.
All right. So I will start with the fact that I prefer to just order and pay for my own coffee and then leave. Other than normal pleasantries like the usual, how's your day going? Fine. And yours? I'd prefer not to converse with the individuals in the drive-thru.
Ooh, you would hate a Dutch Bros.
Hey, Dutch Bros. You would hate
a
it
Dutch
so
Bros.
much.
It's happened a few times where the barista informs me that someone in front of me bought my coffee and queries if I'd like to do the same for the person behind me. Usually I have no problem doing it as I was going to pay for mine anyway. Today this happened and I said, sure, what is their total? I was handing her my credit card when she told me the total was $42.
Hell nah. That's feeding the damn office.
I put my card away and said, I guess the streak ends with me today.
Take it or
God damn.
Double it or take it or double it for someone else.
I guess I'm taking it. This girl looked at me like she thought I was the biggest asshole on the planet. Total contempt. In this instance, I don't care if people think I'm the asshole because I'm not going to pay $42 for an entire car's drinks and food because some other nice individual paid for my $4 cup. So am I the asshole?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell no. Like we said, we don't even do it. This person sounds like they've done it a couple of times. Me and John are just anti-paying it forward.
Yeah, true. You guys are one step further.
Yeah. No, thank you.
I am just a self-diagnosed asshole, all right?
Oh, wow. It's my lucky day. It won't be for those behind me. But I'm
They'll
happy to
never
receive
know.
it. Unless you tell them. Don't tell them.
Yeah. You better not tell them. I'll tip you.
I kind of say, please double it on the next person.
Imagine being like, I'll tip you $40 not to say anything to I just don't want people getting free shit.
I
It's just
really don't
against
want
my
them to
fucking-
have it. Yeah.
I have no shame. Every time they say, can you round it up for a children's hospital? Like, no, thank you. And
No.
it's only like 8 cents.
Yeah, it's a no every time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because if I donate to a charity, it's through like I'll go to the website and donate.
Yes.
Yeah.
I ain't giving it to a corporation. Giving them tax breaks.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially Starbucks. You got me fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't go to Starbucks. Fuck Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. I've never been in a pay it forward like scenario before, so I don't actually know.
The way I would just drive off.
You're like, oh
thought
man,
this was-
that was sick. Would you like to? No, not
I'm
really.
Good, actually.
Not in the slightest. Thank you for the free drink.
The buck stops here.
Yeah.
Good one, Josh.
Thanks. Reddit said not the asshole. Tabby Trifecta said, I've heard those are a mess for the staff to deal with. And I agree with others that it's silly because everyone in line has money for their order.
Like what John said.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I say, wow, what a surprise. That's so nice. I would like to pay it forward to the barista, actually. And then I tip what I was going to pay for my coffee or just tip $5.
That's a nice little...
See,
yeah,
that
cool.
I could do.
That I'm
That's
into.
cool. Yeah, yeah. That ends the chain, ends the pressure, and you're still doing something nice for someone, and you won't get a surprise $60 bill for coffee for someone's entire office if that's the order behind you. So if you're in that situation, you don't feel like paying, $42. That's a way that you can still do something nice for someone, the workers that work there, and probably would like the tip. You know what I mean? So I think that's a nice thing to do instead of paying for someone behind you if you want to do that.
Don't pay it forward, pay it laterally, people. And that is to your baristas and servers, whoever you want to tip it to.
100%.
Yeah.
And then Paulie 2510 says 55 burgers, 55 fries, 55 tacos.
There it is.
Hell yeah. Stop! I'm doing something!
Stop.
Please! John would like that one.
This guy's brain is fascinating. It needs to be studied, John.
This one was a trend on TikTok.
That's a popular one.
Yeah. That was a good one.
As you can tell, I'm more on LinkedIn than on TikTok.
That is so insane to me that you're out of corporate world and your ass is still reading articles on LinkedIn. Brother, get out.
I concur, Sean.
That's wild.
Hey, Reddit on Wiki is on LinkedIn, okay?
Are we?
Yes.
Yeah, as a business, we are.
It has 2 employees.
Damn, you're not on there.
Damn, I'm not even on that bitch. That's crazy.
I don't think you want to claim it, brother. You're still working in corporate life. Don't do it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Stick with your.
Did you have yours on while you were still corporate?
Me? Nah, I added that shit after, bro.
Okay, all right. I'll do the same.
All right, moving into the next story, cross-posted by Holodeck Queen on our subreddit. New Wikimaniac. I haven't heard that one before.
Hello.
And this one is titled, Am I the asshole for telling my wife she's not worthy of what she's asking for her push present?
I don't know, brother. It's a push present. That's a lot of work that she's going to be doing and a lot of work that she has been doing for 9 months.
True.
I got to say you're an asshole for this.
I just can't imagine a scenario where that's okay saying. Maybe they're like, I need this $1 million home. And you're like, but even then, it's not that you're not worth the $1 million. It's like, that's just not a realistic possibility for this to happen.
Yeah.
A push present is essentially, you're buying for 2.
Right.
So there's no value that is too great for a push present.
Unless you can't afford it, then you gotta.
Unless you can't afford it, you gotta change the vision. We always
exactly. I don't know why, but I'm getting a vibe that this is more diabolical. Like they're saying that they're not worthy of a push present because it's probably not getting the kid that they want to get. Like not a male kid or a female kid or whatever.
Okay, I gotcha. I was gonna say, even if it is like you can't afford it, saying you're not worth it is
it's crazy.
It's insane.
Crazy way to phrase that. Just being like, hey, we can't afford that right now.
We are broke as fuck. I don't know who you think we are, but
hey, I gotta say, anytime Julia asks for a present, I'm like, dear, I cannot afford that shit. I was like, do you have something that I can afford?
I'll make you a bookmark. All right. So my wife and I have been together for 5 years. She's pregnant right now with our first. A few days ago, she sent me a TikTok video of a woman on one of those extremist podcasts talking about deserving some kind of push present. At first, I didn't know what that meant, but when I looked it up, it's basically a thank you gift for the woman who brought you a child into the world. Yeah, makes sense. They've, had a kid growing in them for 9 months. And had to push it out. The least you could do is do a present or something like that.
I will say that I feel like this is a relatively new thing, though.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, but I also know what the title is, so the benefit is probably not well given.
Yeah.
The benefit is not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
This concept is and still seems very strange to me.
All right. Immediately. All right. Benefit taken away. Fucking.
I understand seeking appreciation from your husband for what women go through during pregnancy and childbirth, but it's the materialistic part that give me the ick. The women on the TikTok went on and on about how it's a body for a body, which meant the man would have to get a permanent tattoo on his lower body, give her a house and a car as a gift exclusive to her. It's weirdly weird. I guess they're saying like you have to get something expensive, which I don't necessarily agree
That
with.
part I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a house or a car is
crazy.
A lot of.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay,
the house part I can agree, but it's it's probably for a better living conditions for you and your growing family.
That's less of a push present and more of an
investment.
An investment in your future.
Yeah, that's more of an investment in future. Car, maybe you don't have a car that's safe or conducive for a kid. Maybe.
Yeah, that's where I was going to go. Or you only have one and maybe she's going to expect to do like grocery shopping and stuff like that. There's those possibilities.
But still, those types of purchases, I think, should be a joint effort because you don't want to stretch yourself too thin because you are just having a baby that's going to add a more expense in your life.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I felt that those expectations are very entitled. Honestly, a little vindictive, envious, which was the permanent tattoo part, and very over the top for my taste. The decision to bring a child into the world is both partners' decision. My wife, in our case, is not forced to be a mom or be pregnant, as she wants to be a parent too. I simply replied to the TikTok with a laughing emoji and moved on, thinking it was the end of it, and probably thought she meant to send the TikTok as a satire like, oh, look how dumb this woman is, thinking she deserves all that. She was in the other room when I reacted to the video, so she comes in and tells me that she doesn't expect a tattoo and a house exclusively for her, but she wants me to dip into the personal savings.
Oh, wait, house exclusively for somebody is crazy. Like, I don't even get to live in the house? That's wild.
I don't know the TikTok, so I don't know exactly what they're referencing, if that's what it meant.
Yeah.
I imagine the house is for the family.
For the family, yes.
Yeah. It says exclusive to her. I'm like, damn.
That's crazy.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. TikToks sometimes have
there's some wild ones.
People who are unhinged.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, that is a little bit too much for my taste.
A lot of terrible podcasts out there. So it's part of the reason why we're not always chomping at the bit to be like, oh yeah, I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, whenever someone asks me,
we don't have a good rep.
Boy, when I had to, on the way from Ottawa to Toronto, I had to take out all the podcasting gear out of my backpack in one of the lines.
Nice.
And I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh, a man with 4 microphones, a roadcaster. I'm like, oh, it's not what it looks like. Yo,
that guy's sexist.
I'm one of the good ones.
Hey, I still lie when people ask, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm like, yeah, I work in corporate.
Content creator. I say creator.
Media company.
Yeah, content creator. I go to that too, but then people ask more questions, and it just gets down to the point where it's like, I'm a podcaster.
I'm a podcaster, but not a sexist or misogynistic one. I'm normal. I'm a normal guy, I think.
I try. All right. So anyway, I don't know the house exclusively part, but she wants me to dip into my personal savings to get a car exclusively for her. I looked at her, almost shocked, and began laughing. I thought my wife and I had similar views on how extremist people can be, and I was wrong. I thought she was joking, and I pressured her and asked if she was serious. She got very annoyed that I thought she was joking and probably imitating the entitled woman on the reel, and she flatly said that she expects a real push present. I said that her gift is the gift of parenthood and the realized outcome of a healthy baby. Materially speaking, I'll probably give her a gift on Mother's Day, a day out, or some jewelry, totaling under $700, but nothing more.
Crazy to get specific, but I guess
it's weird. Yeah, it is weird to put a number on it. I don't know. I said if she really wants an extra car, it'll be our car, not just hers. She pressed more and said how it isn't enough for what she will go through. She kept pushing and pushing and asked me if she thinks she's not worthy enough. I told her that she is worthy as my partner and the mother of my child, but she has to be realistic and realize that none of us, individually speaking, is worthy of what she's asking for. That she has to manage her expectations because I don't see why she feels she deserves that. It came out wrong, but I didn't mean to dismiss her as a person. She isn't speaking to me and is crying, arguing about it. I heard her criticizing me to her sister on her phone, but under no circumstance would I ever consider gifting her a car. I feel bad she is hurting right now, but I don't feel bad for giving her a reality check. So am I the asshole?
This is gonna be kind of
everybody sucks, right?
I was gonna kind of go with no one sucks here except TikTok.
What a judgment.
Yeah, because I feel like social media has created such unrealistic expectation for a lot of people. And of course, we only see the lavish side of things where a lot of influencers always show like, hey, this is what my partner gave me for a push present. Not everyone is in that same boat and same scenario. And I think I get the sentiment where she's coming from. Like, yes, I would love to get a car because chances are they'd want something that's a lot safer for the kid, something that she'll be able to use a lot because I'm not a parent and I'm just assuming at this point, after she gives birth, there's going to be a lot of appointments she has to do to take the kid and for her as well. So the car, I think, is a realistic ask, in my opinion.
For sure.
I also understand where he's coming from, where I kind of made that point earlier in the beginning that I think those types of expenses should be jointly talked about and jointly discussed. Cars nowadays, you're not going to find a car that's new, nice, that's less than, I've seen people pay almost close to $700 at the very least for a new car a month. And that is a big ask, especially with a new mouth to feed, with a new baby coming in. That is going to be a lot. The optics and the way he said it, to me, I find it condescending a little bit in the way he described it. However, that is the reality for most people, though. Like, hey, we might not be able to afford these things. I wish he could have said it and explained it better instead of saying, hey, you're not, even though he never explicitly said it. The way it was perceived was like, hey, you're not worthy of this. But I think it's just the way he perceived reality. I get her point of view. I also get his point of view. I just think TikTok is the op in this scenario.
The OPP.
The OPP.
Yeah. Just to build off that too, John, I think him dismissing push presents in general towards her is kind of shitty as well. I
get it.
His listen, the way he talks about this whole thing is shitty. He very dismissive, very you're being dumb, talking down about his partner. And I wonder if he would consider us an extremist podcast in his eyes by the sounds of it. I have no idea. But anyway, just the way he talks about it kind of gives me the ick, if I'm being honest. And I agree. I think I have questions whether it's does she have access to a car that she could take, to appointments, grocery shopping if she's doing that, who knows, right? So maybe she's wanted this for a while. I think asking for it as a push present, probably unrealistic. This should be an investment to the future, like we said before. So framing it as a push present, probably the wrong thing, but he shouldn't dismiss push presents as an entire thing. Cause as men, we're asking our partners to go through, some of the worst pain imaginable. Yes, for, a baby, a healthy baby that you both presumably want, but only one of you is really making sacrifice to your body for this. And so,
physically.
So,
and it's life threatening for some people.
Yeah. And so to buy it a present, even something small to give to your partner, flowers, something like that, where it's just I appreciate you going through this, what you've put yourself through, and just showing that you appreciate your partner is something nice. I agree, a house and a car over the top, but push presents as a whole, not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty much agreeing with everything y'all are saying, but I'm saying everybody sucks. He did not word things great, and is kind of demeaning, like Josh said. And then she's kind of wilding for not really hearing him through, even though he worded it badly. Also, yeah, I'm with Josh. Asking for a car is not crazy, especially if you only have one car right now, but presenting it as a push present and then also saying only I can drive it exclusive to me is also, I think, kind of that's a weird thing to say.
This is ours.
Yeah. I'm not going to, yeah. Why would I buy a car and then only you could drive? Also, I'm probably going to be driving most of the time. I feel like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like one person in the couple is usually driving. And if y'all have a joint car right now, it's probably going to, I don't know. Sounds like it's you. But yeah, I mean, I think if she presented it like, hey, I want a car, let's both put it, under our name, or let's jointly discuss it or whatever, that would have gone over well. But to say, hey, I just want a car for me, just for me, I think is a bad look. And then he obviously is just a bad look all around.
Yeah, I agree.
I blame influencers.
Hey, that's fair.
Well, that's funny. That's funny that you say that, because Goober, Reddit deemed not the asshole, actually, which I think I agree with. He's not the asshole for saying no to the car, but he's an asshole for everything else. I think that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can definitely see like everyone sucks in this scenario.
For sure. And Goober Cat says, not the asshole. Influencers are literally ruining people. My present after successfully delivering my baby was my husband knowing that he's a rotten cook. So he bought groceries and enlisted our loved ones to fill the freezer with meals. He also chopped ingredients for them and cleaned up their kitchen. He started this project about a month before the due date of our firstborn, skipping his gym time so that it was a very sweet surprise.
That's a beautiful present.
That's a beautiful present. Something like that, even like not even purchasing, well, you're purchasing the groceries, but purchasing something you'll both use, and that, is a nice thing so that your partner doesn't have to worry about meals for a few months. You know what I mean? Like that's nice.
Oh my God. I can't imagine fucking pushing a baby out and then cooking a meal. You got me fucked
crazy.
up.
Hey, comparison is a thief of joy, and influencers are the biggest crooks of them all.
Yeah, 100%. And then I went into OP's comments, and they are not great.
As expected. I mean, this guy is just not sounding like he does not word things well at all, bro.
So I filtered by controversial and found OP's a reply to this comment. So this is from Craig _hack. If she asks again, tell her you've already given her the most exclusive and unique gift of them all. The genetic load that was your sperm.
Jesus.
No other woman in history of mankind has been given your sperm to use her egg.
Very exclusive.
So you're not really sure what you can buy her that beats that. And OP responded, haha, might just do that next time if I'm feeling petty. So OP's pretty shitty,
brother.
Get over
There's
yourself.
a few other comments like that if you want to go check them out, but
I hope they got downvoted a lot for that.
I don't think they did. So,
Reddit.
Yeah. You know exactly who was in the comments on that one. But anyway, we'll move on to the next one. Cross-posted on r/Reddit on Wiki.
That's us.
And this was cross-posted by Sympathetic Deviant. And the title is, Am I the asshole for resetting my life every 3 years and cutting contact with friends, colleagues, romances that I made in that era?
Are you a fucking spy? What the fuck?
Are you in witness protection?
Are you Edward Cullen? A goddamn
change
vampire?
Your identity every damn 3 years. I am all for cutting people off that you've outgrown or you just don't match the same energy with. But if you're also doing it to innocent people who have been in your lives and who has been contributing to like positive things about you and you're just cutting them off, that might make you an asshole.
Yeah, this seems pretty, I mean, given the title, it seems unwarranted. Just every 3 years dipping. So
crazy.
I'll say asshole.
TikTok, we're not friends anymore, bitch.
I was gonna say we'd start a new podcast. We name it something else.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anyone.
No, it's so much work to build the audience back up. I beg of you to stay, y'all.
All right, let's see if this is unhinged as the title leads us to believe.
Oh, hold on. Sorry to interrupt. I just saw a random ass comment while I was fixing the episode like a few hours ago. Someone says, why do you guys use lower score, or why do you guys say lower score and mid score for like under? Damn, I don't even know what's called. It's underscore, right? And hyphen. Jesus Christ.
Don't know what it's called. Hyphen is the mid score.
I think it's called an underscore.
Yeah.
That
Fuck
sounds
me.
underscore.
But anyways, that's when you said like I feel like there's new listeners coming in. You're not probably going to know some of the bits that we have unless you go back like hundreds of episodes.
Man. Yeah. Midscore has tested, really beat the test of time on that one.
And that's why she's the GOAT.
She's the GOAT.
All right. So after I graduated from college 24 years ago now, I have been living life by what I call the policy. My policy is basically that I commit to resetting my entire life every 3 years. What this means is I regard that life of 3 years and that version of myself as completely over and done.
You fucking a software update? Is that what you are?
This is insane. I gotta tell you. This means I have to cut off any friends or colleagues, even any romantic relationships. I move to a new part of the country and start completely from scratch. But sometimes it's painful.
How? I mean, do you get a new name?
That I don't know. I mean, I guess you could.
But your job? How does that work?
Start new social media presence? I have no idea, honestly.
That's crazy.
Sometimes it's painful, but it allows me to have a very interesting life and in some ways live many different lives. I even try on new personas of sorts each time.
Spy.
I am by nature in my core a kind of reserved person, but by viewing each new era as an acting challenge, I craft a new persona and I am able to act it out. Could you imagine just never being yourself?
I don't know if he knows who himself is.
Yeah, true.
At this point.
Yeah, because I've been doing this for 24 years.
Jesus Christ.
That means I have led 8 distinct lives.
I was doing the quick math in my head.
1, 2, 3.
Obviously not quick enough.
In recent eras, when I start to get close to people, I tell them about the policy and I am upfront that at the end of my 3 years, I will be moving to an entirely different part of the country and they will never see or speak to me again. I tell them it's not personal, it's just how I chose to experience life. So I think I'd be like,
help but feel like it's personal then, because I'm like, no one's making you do this. You could do whatever you want, brother.
So I recently came to the end of one of my 3-year eras. I had done this one in northeastern United States, not naming a specific state, and I decided for my new era now starting, I would try out something in the Southwest. I had a goodbye dinner of sorts with some close friends and my girlfriend at the time.
Crazy. So crazy.
As is typical, some of them didn't believe I was serious, but I managed to convince them. My girlfriend became distraught and made a scene. It was an embarrassing way to end this era. I decided to find her and get a hold of her before I left, but I couldn't, so that was it. I sent her a final text saying I'm sorry for how it ended. I wanted to be amicable and I wish her well and hope she had a good life, but it was time for me to start over and she would not hear from me again.
Damn.
I am early into my new iteration. I have a good persona crafted, have a good job, and getting into new hobbies that the new me is passionate about, and it's going well. All of a sudden, last week, my ex-girlfriend from my prior life showed up at my new apartment.
Prior life is crazy.
Wild way to describe
Reincarnated.
it. Yeah. It was probably 2 weeks ago. You know?
Yeah.
Again, this is on the other side of the country. I was astonished and dismayed. And weirdly, I kind of felt afraid and out of sorts. It's hard to explain, but when I start a new life, I consider my prior persona ended and my prior life over. So being confronted with a person from that old life is kind of surreal and almost like encountering a ghost or something. When I saw her by the door, I kind of froze and my brain felt like it was stuck on loading screen or something.
Oh, by the door. They came to their location?
Their house, yeah. Mm-hmm. Their apartment, wherever they are. Oh. Yeah. She was being emotional and wanted to reconcile. Finally, I found my words and told her that I told her that life was gone and that she needed to leave or I would call the police. She looked at me like I was insane.
You are.
Meanwhile, she's the one who stalked me across America.
Also insane.
I locked myself inside my apartment and eventually she left. To my further horror, my new phone number has been getting texts from her family, who I was close to in my prior life as well as some friends from that life. I blocked them all without responses. They were violating my policy. I have done this multiple times and I've never had people from my prior life stalk me into the next one. Even my original relatives haven't done that. So they've cut off their family.
Shit.
For some reason, this batch is refusing to respect my lifestyle. I was honest about my policy with them for years and told them to expect it. Now they are intruding in my new life. It has thrown off my new persona. It makes things feel difficult. Part of me wonders if somehow I could be in the wrong. I need to get some unbiased opinions on Reddit. So am I the asshole?
I would just like to say, would love for this to be a TV show. I mean,
it could be. It could be
The Policy season 2.
You already got it.
Is the craziest.
Yeah.
Can we be cameos?
Yeah, please. I'll just be in the background.
Yeah. I no, you guys will be the neighbors of this person.
The way I'd be so nosy.
The new neighbors.
Yeah.
And they actually do get reset every 3 years. Yeah, there's the twist.
It should be us in every season, but just different outfits, different names. We're like, yeah, we are not those guys. We're secretly on the policy as well.
This would be a great show because it could almost be like anthology seasons because it like completely resets every season.
As the new Doctor Who. I've never seen it, but I imagine it's similar.
Same, or Fargo, which is great. But anyway, what are you guys saying?
It's weird. It's weird for sure. I mean, I will say, as much as I think this guy sucks, it's not like a mystery to these people. He tells them ahead of time when he's close to them, this is what I do. Get in or get out, but I'm gone and I got a stopwatch. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's not like he wasn't up front. So
I will say, I don't know if someone told me that if I would fully believe them. You know what I mean?
If we went so far as to have the going away dinner and then I didn't see them for 2 days, I'd be like, damn, he was dead ass. All right.
That's crazy.
That was crazy that he's for real gone. But I mean, I feel like as wild and insane and stupid as I think the policy is, he didn't lie to anybody, which I think is a big factor. Like if he never told anybody about the policy, just got close and entwined with multiple people's lives and then just one day vanished, I think I would be against it. But the fact that anytime he gets close to somebody, he's like, by the way, sounds super weird. You will not know me in a year. I will be gone. Ghost. Finito. This life is done. And I don't know. I think he's in the right here. I think he's not the asshole. I
like it.
I think the person that stalked them and is, has been told like, hey, it's done, it's over, essentially broken up with, really. If we take the weirdness out of this is essentially a breakup. And then she followed you across the nation. You didn't give her any hints or clues. And she gave your new number to all her family so they could all harass you. I think you're in the clear of being the asshole, actually, surprisingly.
Yeah, the moment the OP said that I have communicated this to every single iteration of my life, I'm just going based on what they said and just taking what their word is in this post. I gotta go with not the asshole as well. Like what Sean said, if they just ghosted everyone and had them be so close to them and all of a sudden just disappear without saying a trace, granted, you don't owe anyone any explanation. In my opinion, you can just leave if whatever you feel like it. But this person did communicate to the people, and those people kind of chose not to believe that they were going to pull this off. To me, how I see this is a boundary, right? They said, hey, 3 years of boundaries. 3 years is my boundary with this iteration of my life. And once that's done, I am saying no more. And that is like, that's my boundary. That's my relationship. And that's done after 3 years. They communicated it well, in my opinion. The moment the ex-girlfriend and the other people started, going back to their life, that's not a consent. That was a consent broken by those people, right? Because they started showing up to place of where they live, started handing their numbers off to like other people. And to me, that's violating their privacy and violating the choice that they made. So is it crazy to me? I could never do it. I would never, I guess, string people along for even though that set amount of time. To me personally, I would never just be close to anyone just because I don't like having that hurt. Only reason why I said that is when I was in active duty, I chose never to have friends. I was like, I am not going to get close to anyone because I know in like a drop of a hat, they'll just say, hey, you're going to move locations. So I personally chose to never be invested with anyone. So I was never close to anyone during my time in the service. So yeah, I got to say not the asshole for this person. They put up a boundary and some people chose to disrespect it.
Okay. Interesting. Reddit was not as sympathetic, I guess.
They deemed assholes?
It is weird though.
There was no real consensus because it was deleted, and it's on AITAH.
Okay.
So there's no like consensus what to say. Most people, and this is not me saying it, but most people in the comments were like, "You're a psychopath."
No, I think it is an insane way to live.
It is.
Yeah. We cannot diagnose anybody, of course.
No,
I do think it is a wild life. I recommend therapy. Therapy would be good.
Yeah, I think so.
But this is a wild way to live. But, you know,
for sure.
I could never do it.
Who are we to judge if you're being upfront? You know what I mean? I think if you're upfront, you're in the clear, in my opinion.
I think that's fair. I think the only part where I think he's an asshole is getting into serious relationships with people just to cut them out. I think that's like you're kind of being an asshole to those people. Like you're getting them invested in your life, like who you are. Well, your life is 3 years, but you're getting them invested in you as a person and then cutting them off. You are being honest, so I can't say that you're not.
I gotta say, if those other people get invested, that's kind of on them for not believing.
That's what I'm saying. Though. Yeah. Like if he gets in a serious relationship, they know. They may choose not to believe, but they know.
Okay. I mean, I still personally think it's an asshole move to get it, like to start dating someone. Like that's like friends is one thing, dating someone and like why start dating someone if you don't have like future plans with this person? That's where I'm kind of like at a loss. Like if it was just friends, I'm okay with that because like friends come and go. You know, you have friends that come into your life and then leave. That's fine. But relationships feel like that extra step where it's like you're committing to this person because you think there's something there for the future, and you cutting it off, even if you are being honest, is still kind of a dick move in my opinion.
Yeah, I can see
like in this scenario, like, let's hypothetically they said something like that and they're like, hey, I'll never marry you. I never want to get married with you. And that person gets mad and say, oh, what the fuck? How come it's been like how many years you don't want to marry me? That's kind of on the other person for not listening from the jump.
Listen, I'm not saying she's in the right for following him all the way. I think that's also like not cool. But I'm just saying, like, on his part, I think everyone probably sucks in this scenario. I think for sure him for getting like roping her into a relationship. And then even if he is being honest, like there's still that promise of calling someone a girlfriend or boyfriend, of the future of like, you know, together. Like you're getting in a relationship to hopefully build towards something. So that's where I'm.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Let's say the scenario is because it's like saying anything that you're truthful, like a non-starter in a relationship and being upfront about it at the beginning. And then like 3 years later being like, you're not going to change your opinion on that? What do you mean you're not changing your opinion?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm heading
that's what it feels like.
Fair. That's fair.
But I also... Again, I preface that by saying this is an extremely insane way to live life.
I would never fucking do this shit.
I think it is captivating, though. I would
it's a great story
to be a part of those 3 years and just be like, I can't believe he's gone for real. That's
imagine if one of us was just like one day in the very beginning of us recording, we're like, hey, I only got 3 year shelf life on this show. One day we were trying to record and it's just like, I'm just not showing up. Who the fuck are you guys?
Hey, Sean, are you good today?
I would feel like an asshole.
Sean has removed himself from
from the Slack channel. But yeah, so Reddit, from the comments I grabbed, were like, you're the asshole, also get therapy. That was kind of where I was.
That part I agree. They do need some help, but at the same time, are they really truly hurting anyone?
I mean, yes.
I don't know.
Clearly they are, but they're being upfront about it. I will give you that.
Yeah, they're being upfront. They're definitely hurting people because people are like, that's insane. I can't believe you're doing this. But also, I mean, it is not, he tells them. I don't know what to, I don't know.
So, adorable freeloader said, so is anyone else curious to know if there are any unsolved homicides in the Northeast over the last 3 years, or where the MO suddenly matches new homicides in the Southwest? Just saying. ...
This is the rainy street killer in Austin.
I was going to say, this is the Austin serial killers, this guy.
Could be. And then the person who cross-posted this, Sympathetic Deviant, gave us an update and said 45 minutes after posting, OOP deleted the post and the account. I guess he was resetting again.
I think OOP is a fucking serial killer, dude. Holy shit. I mean, I guess he is the asshole then. He's murdering people.
What are you going to do? Stab me? Proceeds to stab someone. I warned you.
Oh, God. That is an insane story, though.
That was a crazy story. That would be a great TV show, not going to lie.
I think so. I think we've written it most of the first
season.
Should
we write it?
I think we should.
The show's actually over, guys. We're moving on in a different direction.
We're going to do an audio drama now.
Ooh.
Oh, man. $20 tier if we do the audio drama to this?
Whoa.
Oh, God.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
I'm rock hard.
All right, we'll do this last one. Cross-posted by Living Puzzled 8963 to our subreddits. And this one is titled, Am I the Asshole for Putting My Coworker in the Hospital and Almost Killing Her?
This is some allergy shit, huh?
Could be.
Or it's one of those coworkers that stole my damn lunch.
Ooh.
And I'll put some fucking spicy in that bitch.
I feel like this has to be an accident, right? This, you're not writing this
on purpose.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Just throws a stapler at her.
I'm
or something.
just going to guess not the asshole, because why else would you write this, right? I don't know.
It's a peanut allergy. I'm calling it.
Okay. All right. So you're also saying not the asshole, John, or
probably deserved it, stealing my damn food.
Okay.
Probably deserved it.
Shit.
Had a peanut allergy.
Sean Salvino.
All the new listeners are like, what the fuck?
What the fuck? It's a bit, guys. It's a bit.
Has peanut bits.
All right. For the past 3 months, someone at my job has been consistently stealing my food that I bring from home.
All right. We were right. Not the asshole.
End of story. So I don't have to use the snack machine or walk across the street to McDonald's like the majority of my coworkers do. In the first month, I noticed that someone had been gradually taking some of my food.
Gradually
One
is
out
wild.
Of 3.
Like a bite, a bite every day. It's getting a bigger bite every single day. Like, this is fucking
just
crazy.
a nibble.
Yeah. Ooh, that looks good. Give me that.
Give me that. One of 3 slices of pizza gone. 20% of my soup gone.
That is crazy.
Cheetos bag completely gone, etc. I didn't think much of it and simply decided to now attach a please do not touch paper sign on my stuff. In the second month at the start of the month, my food became untouched, but progressively went back to the usual. So progressively, it sounds exactly like you were describing. 1 bite, 2 bites.
Just seeing what they can get away with. Oh, I'd be livid.
I'd be so mad. At the beginning of the 3rd month, I asked coworkers if they had taken or knew who was taking my food, and no one had a clue, which is kind of believable as most of us take our lunches separately. I decided to eat McDonald's or go to 7-Eleven and stop bringing food, but then it started fucking with my financial stability. 10 to 12 days a paycheck, constantly buying food. I decided to take matters into my own hands. My friend told me about a reel that she saw where a girl put laxatives into her own food to see who the culprit was, and that's exactly what I did.
That's right, you little shit.
What I wasn't expecting was it for to be the girl, late 20s, to have an allergic reaction to an ingredient and ended up going to the hospital.
Why are you eating my food?
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry.
After work, all of us went to visit her in the hospital where we all talked about what happened and I admitted to putting laxatives into my own food. 6 out of 8 coworkers, all girls, were disgusted by my actions and were on her side.
Wild.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Get a new place to work. I'd be like, y'all don't
sympathizing a thief? Hell nah.
One girl was whatever about it, and the last guy said she shouldn't have been touching my food to begin with.
Only one person is crazy.
I told the girl that I hope she gets better and went home, but I didn't apologize for what I did, and I'm not going to. I will also say you probably just shouldn't have admitted to it. Should have just been like, yeah, I don't know what happened.
And I'll do it again. You should have been more proud about it.
Yeah.
I'll just put laxatives in my food every day.
Yeah. I'm going to be shitting so regular. Today, my day off, I received a phone call from our supervisor, who I spoke to about my issue between the first month, and she told me she can't help me because she's not our mom, and essentially told me I had to apologize to her, or else I would not be able to come back to work.
I thought you're not our mom. Why do I have to apologize?
Immediately. And I'm assuming if I take too many days, I'll just be fired for not coming into work. So that is the original story, and there is 16 updates. 16. I cut out some, so if I skip some updates, that's why. Some of them weren't relevant at all.
16 is crazy.
I think we all agree OP's not the asshole.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, definitely not. Fuck around, find out.
Yeah, an idiot for admitting it, but not the asshole. I think.
I probably wouldn't admit it either. Like,
I would loudly.
That's crazy.
I mean, you don't know 100% it was the laxatives, right? Like it was an allergic reaction. It could have been anything. So I'd just be like, wow, I don't know. It's crazy.
Did you eat anybody's lunch, perchance?
Yeah.
I'd be like, quit stealing my shit.
Yeah. So update 1. I just received a text from my supervisor telling me the coworker doesn't need to apologize, and it's up to her discretion if she chooses to apologize or not for stealing my food. So OP asked for an apology, and the supervisor's like, no, but you need to apologize. Which is crazy.
No. That's crazy.
Update 3. Male coworker who was on my side told me the girl is going to take legal actions for attempting to kill her. He overheard the girls talking today at work. Update 4. And this is more information. My please do not touch sign never left. Even though it stopped working eventually, I still kept it there. So when she took my laxative foods from my plastic bag, the sign, please don't touch my food, was still on it. So, I mean, what do you want? Update 6. The supervisor called me about an hour ago telling me she's with the girl in the hospital, and now it's time to apologize or I can come in person and do it. And I said, absolutely not. She kept insisting, but in a tone where I was 100% at fault, not her.
The way I would go in there and be like, I apologize for absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Although I will suggest you lawyer
In fact, I spiked your drinks and food right now with more laxatives.
Your IV drip has been spiked as well. Update 7. Doctor said the allergic reaction might have been the laxative or my food, which was chicken noodle soup that I made from scratch the morning of. They're still running tests. So it might not even be the laxatives, is what I was saying. Like, it's crazy to admit to something that you don't know 100% was the issue.
Yeah.
She didn't go to the hospital because she was shitting herself senseless from the laxatives. She went because she complained of a huge stomach ache and rash line from below her belly button to between her 2 rib cages.
That's your fault.
Update 6. One of my coworkers is now in the hospital for the same condition. Big stomach ache and rash down the stomach lining.
So not even your food then, maybe?
Doctors are now certain it wasn't the laxatives, as she didn't eat my soup compared to the first girl. So it had nothing to do with the food. Update 10. Both girls are now under quarantine and no one is allowed to visit them until the hospital clears that they are not contagious. I'm required to report to work tomorrow for a meeting between myself, HR, and some coworkers, and the home office rep. Update 11. The home office rep just called me to inform me that I'm being formally sued tomorrow by the first girl and her husband, although she's unsure of what I'm being sued for. Which I gotta say, it's not your food anymore, so I don't know how she can sue you.
Get ready to lose.
Update 12. Both girls are fine. Light diarrhea and rashes seem to be going away after giving them Benadryl, Pepto, and vitamins through an IV. Some people think they're on their deathbeds, although it's quite the opposite. Update 13. I finished my meeting with my supervisors and coworkers. The HR lady is now under investigation and has been put on temporary leave.
What's going on?
The first girl will be fired by the end of the day, although I'm still being sued and we're still trying to figure out how they got sick. We're trying to talk to the second girl about what could have happened, but she doesn't want to say anything.
What is this workplace?
Update 14. Not long after my last update, the first girl's husband was sent to the hospital and quarantined for the same symptoms as the other two. The doctors are 90% sure that whatever is causing this is transferable by bodily fluids.
They're all fucking, all three of them.
It makes sense for the husband to be sick in this case, but we have no idea how the second girl is sick.
I think we know.
All three are now under quarantine.
I think we know how
HR has been fired. The first girl has been fired. HR lady is going to sue the company for psychological trauma and distress, according to my coworkers.
Wait, what did HR do?
Nothing.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, why are they fired?
Making the workplace uncomfortable for OP.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh wait, no, that was the manager that was telling him no apologize.
Yeah.
Like the manager should be fired, if anything, or supervisor.
They're all having orgies together.
Update 15. I've yet to be served any papers. I've never been sued before, so I'm not sure how long this is going to take, or if the girl has even started the process. HR only gave me a heads up yesterday that she's going to, not that she already has. All right, final update. As I said earlier, the HR lady was being investigated, and during the investigation, they found out she had the same symptoms 3 weeks ago and quietly checked herself into a hospital, but is now almost fully recovered. I don't think she quarantined, as she hasn't missed work since her last vacation earlier this year. Apart from that, she also confessed to having sexual relationships with both girls in the hospital for the past 2 months, and both girls having no idea of the other sexual relationship with HR. The home office rep believes the husband got sick via the wife, as he's never stepped foot in the facility and has never met any of his wife's coworkers or supervisors. The HR lady has been arrested for knowingly spreading an infectious disease without the knowledge of the other person twice. The hospital will be contacted by the company to inform them of this incident and see what medication/treatment she was given, as HR goes to a fancier hospital than what they're dealing with. HR has possibly dropped legal actions unless they were empty threats from the beginning. Monday morning, I'll be talking to my lawyer to sue the wife and the rest of the 6 women for emotional distress.
Yeah, let's go. Get that money, baby.
And lying, as it seems like none of this was my fault to begin with, and I'm not going to apologize for anything. I've been standing my ground since day one. And that is the final update.
I'm saying.
What a crazy. You thought the last story was crazy. This one, insane. It had everything.
I'm not
betrayal,
surprised.
Stealing, love.
Hey,
suing.
last place that I was working at, my God, we had I could say this now because I don't work there anymore, but we had a investigation with someone because they were running a hotel room as pretty much like a brothel at that point.
Oh my God.
They were quarantining some room, and they will always say it was on maintenance the whole time. So they were renting that room out for people to have, relations in. And they're also selling drugs at the property.
What the fuck?
And that was the most interesting fucking investigation that I had to send. I wasn't like the lead generalist who was like sitting on that. Like I was just like shadowing people. But my God, that was the most juicy. I can't go into details, obviously, but that was some of the most juiciest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm like, y'all fucking doing Breaking Bad and breaking each other's backs in this bitch? Like, holy shit.
Jesus.
It was wild, bro. It was HR got some stories, and for a lot of places, HR are usually the perpetrators on that shit.
Yeah. I mean, this one was crazy. Like when the update, because I was like reading, like vetting all of this because I was like, which updates are important, which aren't. And when it got to the part where HR was fired, I was like, what the fuck's going on? What the? She
was a human resource for sexually transmitted disease.
She was.
Bro, what is her riz, bro?
It's good. I'll give you a free slice of pizza.
Yeah. I'll give you a performance improvement
plan. The worst thing is that I guess we determined that the first girl is the one that was stealing the food, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I was about to say the worst thing is we don't know who stole the food. Oh, but we did.
Yeah, it seems like we understand who did it. So I think clearly not the asshole in this one.
That's crazy.
Even before the infinite updates. Which
a goat insane. For a juicy story, though.
Oh, it was a good one. A good one. All right. That is it for that episode. Wikimaniacs, what did you think? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, our subreddit, Spotify. There's comments there now.
Yes.
So check it out. If you want to hear the last 2 stories we did, which are locked up over on Patreon or YouTube members, go to patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. You get those as well as bonus Tuesday episodes if you're a $10 patron, monthly bonus episodes, and extra stories every episode. So go check that out. Merch. We got Halloween merch out right now. Go check it out. RedditOnWikishop.com, made by our own John.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Do you want to hype it up, John?
Yes, RedditOnWikishop.com. It's cute. It's a skull that's shaped into, or it's skeleton shaped into a heart. And within the heart, it says Reddit on Wiki.
Which is inside a tinier heart.
Inside a tinier heart.
Inside of a tinier
I made
heart.
it so cute. Made it dimmer just for you guys.
It's very cute. I'm excited for mine, for
Thank
sure.
you.
So go check that out. Sean, John, thank you for coming on today.
Sean,
is there anything you'd like to call to action?
Can I have a call to action? My call to action, if you're in the United States, please register to vote.
Oh, there we go. Good. I like that.
My call to action is if you are voting for Trump, stop listening to this goddamn show. That's my call to action. Fuck you.
That bastard.
All right.
He has a concept of a plan, Sean. All right.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thank you, Sean and John, for your takes and coming on today. Wikimaniacs, thank you for another amazing episode, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Get therapy.